In this podcast episode, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, born in Mogadishu, Somalia in 1969, shares her remarkable journey. Raised in a devout Muslim family, she received a strict Muslim education and was married against her will to a distant cousin in 1992. Fleeing from this forced marriage, she sought refuge in the Netherlands, where she found her voice, passion for women's rights, and commitment to challenging the status quo. As a member of the Dutch Parliament, Hirsi Ali became a prominent voice for reform within Islam and a fierce critic of the failures of multiculturalism. Her collaboration on the film Subversion with director Theo van Gogh, who was tragically murdered for his work, brought international attention to the plight of Muslim women and the need for cultural introspection within Western societies. Since then, she has dedicated her life to advocating for the rights of women, minorities, and dissidents living under oppressive regimes. Hirsi Ali points out that the biggest challenge facing the West is its insecurity about its own legacy, Judeo-Christian traditions, institutions, and values. She highlights how the West has allowed itself to feel guilty and how this guilt has been weaponized against it. This insecurity has led to a lack of confidence in shaping the world and understanding other parts of the world. Growing up in the Islamic world, Hirsi Ali experienced a culture of submission and hierarchy, where individuals were expected to unquestionably follow religious and societal norms. She describes how she was indoctrinated with radical beliefs, including hatred towards unbelievers and Jews, without ever questioning or understanding the basis of these beliefs. In 1992, Hirsi Ali fled to Europe and sought asylum in the Netherlands, where she was exposed to Western values and norms that challenged her beliefs. The contrast between the freedom and equality she witnessed in the Netherlands and the oppressive culture she grew up in led her to question her faith and eventually adopt atheism. She believed that there was no evidence of a higher power and that religious convictions were irrational. Hirsi Ali acknowledges the philosophical position of atheism, but also recognizes its limitations in addressing spiritual needs. She reflects on the West's disconnect from its Judeo-Christian roots, leading to a cut-flower civilization that lacks the strength and durability of rooted civilizations. She emphasizes the importance of faith and conviction in shaping a society's values and resisting subversion. Despite her atheistic beliefs, Hirsi Ali is exploring Christianity and engaging with the Bible and theologians to understand the spiritual aspect of faith. She acknowledges the importance of spiritual needs alongside material comfort and intellectual curiosity, suggesting that a society rooted in faith is better equipped to withstand external threats and subversion. Hirsi Ali highlights the alliance between the far left and radical Islamists, both of whom seek to tear down Western civilization. She points out the contradiction in supporting causes like Queers for Palestine, as the values of the far left are fundamentally at odds with the culture and values of Western civilization. She also discusses the need for the West to defend itself against aggressive foreign powers like Russia, China, and Iran. Regarding Russia, Hirsi Ali advocates for a firm stance against Vladimir Putin's aggression, particularly in Ukraine. She warns against appeasing aggressors as it only emboldens them and leads to further destabilization. She also addresses the challenges posed by Iran, which has been emboldened by Western appeasement and has expanded its influence through proxies in the Middle East. She calls for a strong and unified response to these threats to prevent further escalation. Hirsi Ali acknowledges that many major institutions in the West have been taken over by individuals who do not value traditional Judeo-Christian values. She discusses the need to build new institutions that uphold these values and to reclaim existing institutions that have been compromised. She emphasizes the importance of engaging in the fight to restore these institutions, rather than withdrawing or building separate alternatives. Hirsi Ali points out the decline of religion and traditional values in Western society, which has led to a void that is being filled by partisan politics and ideological battles. She highlights the need for a return to faith and community values, as well as the importance of engaging in meaningful dialogue and discourse rather than resorting to divisive tactics. She also discusses the impact of social media on societal breakdown and the need for individuals to disconnect from technology and engage in real-world interactions. Hirsi Ali addresses the reactionary cycle of conflict between the left and right, where each side views the other as a threat and resorts to extreme measures to combat perceived injustices. She emphasizes the importance of maintaining faith in the democratic process and accepting the outcome of elections, even if one disagrees with the results. She calls for a shift away from divisive rhetoric and towards a more rational and constructive approach to addressing societal challenges. Drawing on historical examples of subversion tactics used by the Soviet Union, Hirsi Ali raises questions about the forces at play in modern society that are driving division and distrust among individuals. She warns against falling into conspiracy theories and urges people to recognize the manipulation tactics being used to sow discord and weaken Western civilization. She calls for unity and cooperation in the face of external threats and internal challenges. Hirsi Ali emphasizes the importance of individual freedom and the need to challenge oppressive ideologies, particularly within Islam. She highlights the dangers of political correctness and cancel culture, which she believes stifles free speech and prevents open dialogue about important issues. Ali also discusses the impact of technology on society, noting how social media can create echo chambers and contribute to mental health issues. Hirsi Ali's Substack newsletter, Restoration, focuses on the theme of restoring Western civilization and addressing the subversion of traditional values. She calls for individuals to engage in meaningful dialogue, challenge harmful ideologies, and work towards building stronger connections within their communities. She encourages readers to subscribe to her newsletter and participate in discussions about restoring Western values.